It's 135 to beat Miami Stood Up One for hip hop, R&B, and the Breakfast Club. Your boy Papa Keith in the building. Special guest Peace Streets in the building.
Streets in the building. Streets in the building. What's up, Papa?
All right, and we got the world champion. You know what I'm saying? It's a defensive lineman, is it? Linebacker. Same thing. From the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Yeah.
Yes, he won a ring with them. It's Lavonte Davis in the building, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Most definitely. Thank you for having me.
That's what's up. So let me start off with Peace Streets and let you kind of like lead the way, man. Today's a special day for you.
Yes,
and
yes.
I want you to explain to my audience why today is so special to you.
Today is the day I dropped my album, my second album, my second studio album, Things Money Can't Buy.
Why that name, Things Money Can't Buy?
I came up with Things Money Can't Buy because I felt like it was like a statement of saying like money can't buy loyalty, money can't buy love, like
right.
And so on and so forth.
And you know what's so interesting? Shout out to our guy Stacks. That's how I originally met you,
right?
Through P Stacks, and you know, I was trying to listen to as much as your album before I got to work,
right.
You know, but I picked certain ones obviously that I knew I'd want to listen to.
For sure.
The joint with you and Trizzy,
right?
And then I definitely listened to the one with P Stacks, and I just, you know, it really touched my heart to hear him. I don't want to give away everything, but just to hear him in the intro,
right,
of your song. Can you talk about, you know, because he talks about pretty much the subject of money not being able to buy
right.
love. Can you talk about, first of all, you know, your relationship with Stacks and then that part?
You know, Stacks my brother. We from Liberty City. I would say the Poker Bean Projects. We grew up in the same hood, in the same neighborhood. We came up together. So, you know, it's just him like being a mentor, a big brother when it came to music. And me following along, you know, when things happen with him, he told me that, you know, it's time for you to take the baton and run with it.
That's what's up, and so said, so done.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. And so this album, you know, what would you like to see people get out of it? How would you like to see people connect with your body of work? Because I always talk about like musicians, it's like artists, right?
Right.
In a true form, it's like you're not painting a picture, but you are painting a picture
right.
of something that you want them to understand. Yeah. So what would you as the artist on your album, which is your artwork, really like to have the audience understand?
Well, this album, I would say like Game 7, I was in a dark space, you know, and I kind of lost a couple people along the way. I would say rest in peace to TK and Mr. Ed, you know. So I was kind of writing the album in some tough times. So it gave you more emotions. But this album, Things Money Can't Buy, it's like I got a clear vision, and I'm letting the world know like things money can't buy, you know.
Do you find as you mature, and I'm talking about you specifically, that you're able to put your emotions on your sleeve more, share more of your emotions, versus maybe when you were younger and we taught as men to kind of like hide our emotions and to be tough? Because this all kind of leads into mental health issue, which is I'm really big on.
Of course.
Do you find it a little bit easier now with this album for you to talk about vulnerable things?
Yeah, I mean, I let it out on this album. You know, I kind of like gave you the blueprint on this album more so. Like last album, I kind of, you know, I had emotions on the last album. And if Game 7, if they listen back to it, with this album, I kind of was a little bit more open at giving you game and knowledge.
Don't you find that now, since it's done, it's out there and the world can listen to it and feel it, that a part of that is kind of like therapy for you?
No, it is. It definitely is. And I truly understand that.
That's what's up. Mr. Lavonte Davis, how you doing, brother?
Doing great, man. I can't complain.
Thank you so much. Can you talk about your relation with Streets and what brings you here? Because we're happy to have you here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we could talk a little football too, but I know you're here to support your brother. Yeah. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, man, Streets. You know, I call him Nut. He grew up at Nut, but Streets. You know, that's his stage name. Streets, man. Streets go way back. Like I said, we grew up in the Poker Bean Projects. I knew him since I was 6, 7 years old, and we've been tight ever since. You know, he's one of those people who, you know, when you come along the way, people who you want to bring up with you. You know what I'm saying? And he's one of those guys who, you know, I basically grew up with. You know, been through a lot together. You know, he stayed on one side of the projects, we stayed on another side of the projects, but it was all family. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was cool, everybody was tight. And we used to go around them, play football against them all the time. You know, used to run around the neighborhood. You know. Play knock on people's doors, them all those days, all that, man. So it's definitely cool to see, you know, us grow and mature and become grown men.
That's what's up. What does it mean for you now, to you go off and you train and you work really hard and you have this amazing opportunity to be in the league. What does it mean to you to be able to connect and reach back and help out, those, in the Beans? And I know the Beans ain't like it was before, but what does it feel how does it make you feel to be able to do that?
It's always great, man, because every time, I hit a milestone, every time in my career, I just look back, Once I got to college, I look back and see where I came from. Once I went to the next level, I would look back and see where I came from. And then once I hit a milestone in the league, I always look back like, man, I really, accomplished a lot. A lot of the time, them boys tell me like, man, you don't understand, man. I'm like, man, I'm just playing the game that I love. I don't really see it like that, but they always tell me. And then when you got a little time, you just sit back and reflect like, yo, like you really like one of the people who beat the odds. You know what I'm saying? Like. And it's good to have people like, Streets on my side, who kind of went through the same thing with me, who saw the whole process. So he kind of like sit me down and let me know. They always say, I'm too humble, man. I'm too humble. I'm like, man, that's just how I am. Y'all know me. But, it's real, real dope to see, man. And then for me, growing up, I ain't have the, was in the resources to like go to certain situations where other football players may be having things and stuff like that. So now, like, I'm in that situation. I'm making sure that I get back to the neighborhood as much as I can, and you just try to give back and let the kids, let the young adults see me, as much as they can.
That's one thing I have to tip my hat on a lot of the, especially I'm not saying everybody else doesn't do it, but a lot of the Liberty City players, man, they really come back to the community and take care and show the kids, hey, listen, man, there's other, there's ways out and stuff like that. So I appreciate you doing that. Let's talk about you, let's talk a little bit of football since I got you here. Yeah. So at what point in your life did you realize like, yo, I'm about to like do this for real?
Man, phew. At one point, I played at Liberty City Park, Liberty City Warriors, I just doing it just for fun. I'm doing it because I see my homeboys doing it. I see my cousins doing it. I'm just out there, going out there having fun, playing the kids' game, and then in high school you see, people making opportunities for themselves, getting full scholarship rides and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, I could probably do something with this. I get a free education, you know what I'm saying? And then going on from there, going to a big university, like, man, and you playing good, and you see like, okay, I could make a living out of this, you know what I'm saying? So that it kind of hit me maybe like, my sophomore year in college, I went to junior college, and then I was getting recruited all over again from a lot of major schools. So, and kind of hit me like, okay, like I could play on a big top tier program and, make it to the league and help my family out and stuff like that. And then, after my junior year in college, I started getting called from agents and stuff like that. I was like, oh, it happened.
It's happening, right?
It's here. So, and then, from there forward, that was my grind, man. I still, play the game because I love the game, but in the back burner, I'm like, man, I'm great that I could provide for my family.
Talk about the schools that you went to. What schools did you go to, like junior high school, and in college?
Yeah, elementary. I went to Holmes Elementary, right across the street from the Poker Beans. I don't think it's Holmes no more, right? It's still Holmes?
I believe it's still Holmes.
It's still Holmes. And then I ended up going to Drew for 6th grade. I kicked out of Drew.
Hey, it happens.
And then going to Madison Middle School up there, over there off Tutu Ave over there. And then I ended up going to Miami Northwestern.
Okay, you're a Bull.
Yeah, I'm a Bull, man, through and through. My whole family Bulls. I wasn't no other option for me. For
That's
real.
What's up.
And then ended up going to Fort Scott Community College in Kansas. Nobody know where that's at, but I can tell you a lot about it. You got more time, but
right.
And then ended up going to University of Nebraska. I knew a little bit about Nebraska, but that whole process was, I had a chance to come back home and probably play for South Florida, but my parents, like, nah, you've been good staying away, so just stay away. You know what I'm saying? So. And I ended up going to University of Nebraska. It was one of the best decisions for me too. I met some great people out there. It's a culture shock for real, but you get a chance to branch out and meet different people and see how other people grew up, and it's real cool. And then after that, got drafted to Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the 2nd round, and then been a Buck ever since, going on my 11th year, and it's a blessing.
That's what's up. I want to touch on something before I end the football thing. I had Tutu Atwell here last week, so it was so similar, with the Warriors, and then y'all being Bulls and stuff like that. So that's so cool. Yeah. I mean, different size difference.
Yeah, I'm actually
completely different, but
actually going to Tutu camp Saturday. He had a camp at Liberty City.
Yes, and I'm going to support that as well. Sure. Do you do a camp?
I don't do a camp.
Can we work on one for you?
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly, because like the camp thing, man, it's kind of confusing, man. Like, Because, like, we got so many people here in the city, you know, that give back and do camps and stuff like that. And, like, I don't want to do a camp and to be the same time as somebody else camp and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
And so, like, I just try my best to support and things like that. You know,
we can do other creative stuff.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
you can.
yeah.
You know, I do a lot of stuff in the community. Like, I do my book bag giveaway. I do turkey drive. I doing Christmas.
That's the one, because he came out to something, a turkey drive I did, and he was like, I'm leaving to go to yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I sponsor families for Christmas and stuff like that. So I do a lot of different things.
You do a lot. All right, so maybe you don't need me. All right. I'm just here to encourage people. That's all. All right, cool. So last football question, and then I want to get back to P Streets. But how do you feel about Brady coming back?
Sure, I love it, man. Sure, I'm sure everybody on that roster love it. Everybody love it, man. I mean, I'm sure nobody didn't want to see Tom leave. That, you know, especially not on the note he left on.
Yeah.
But man, that dude he's a real dude, man.
He's a goat.
Man. You give a little. I give you a little personal insight on him, man. He's just like us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He don't want to be treated no different. You know, treat me like one of the guys. You know, just because he got this big halo over his head. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. You know, treat me just like one of the guys. You know, pick on me. Pick on me. You know, man. Just stuff like that. Man, real cool, real down to earth guy. Just one of the greatest football players of all time.
Yeah, man. Yeah. When I saw how he dealt with our boy who also went from Liberty City, AB, you know, I appreciated that.
Yeah.
Because I know AB ain't easy, so.
I mean, you can't do nothing but to respect him, man. AB a great dude too, man.
Great dude.
Can't you know?
Love that guy, man. But thank you so much, and I appreciate you being here and being supportive of P Streets. P Streets, man. Exciting times for you. Album drop. Let everybody know the name of the album, how they could get it.
The name of the new album is Things Money Came By. It is on all platforms. Apple Music title. You can find it on SoundCloud. It's just on all platforms. You can go get it off any one of them.
That's what's up. And who was like some of the people that, you know, because we already talked about, you know, our guy Stacks. But who were some of the people who kind of like inspired you to do music?
Album. At the time, the people that surround me inspired me to do music. I keep it like the family, you know. Besides Stacks, you know, I'm getting them phone calls. You know, Trizzy Trey, Jeremy J, Soldier Mill. Yeah. You know, just the family. Everybody that's around me that support me and keeping me going, even Vontae in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what's the 7 for? Explain to people, because I see your chain. It says the 7 family.
We substituted. We from the 7, so we just substituted. Moving from the project, we moved to the 7. So we substituted
the F for
the F for 7. Yeah, it's just family.
So have I been pronouncing it right all this time? Because, you know, people hate to correct me. They don't want to. A lot of
people say it the way you said it.
So how is the right way to say it?
The family.
The family.
Yeah.
So the 7, you don't have to use it.
You don't have to use it. It's there.
All right.
You know?
So I apologize. And I knew you didn't want to correct me all this time.
No, because there's a lot of people that said how you said it. You know, it's the 7 family, you know.
You just roll with it.
But it's the family.
You can if you want to, because a lot of people grew up on the 7 that are not really on 7 no more. But
Got you. So there's significance to the 7.
Yes.
Got you. So besides, you know, the 7, the family, some other artists that maybe have influenced you, like, you know, that you watched coming up and was like, man, like, who are your favorite artists coming up?
I tap into Nipsey Hussle.
Oh, nice.
I do a lot of reading and studying on Nipsey and Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. I just follow. I wouldn't say the trend. I just follow their orders, like the way they came in the game, the way you know, they're giving me the blueprint.
Yeah.
You know, I love the way that they did things and how they just put on in the game.
Yep. That's what's up. So I give gold roses. I just met you, sir, but it's an honor and a pleasure.
All good.
You're amazing, Lavonte, and I appreciate everything that you do in the community. But I definitely want to give you know, P Streets some gold roses on this interview and on my show. So I met you many years ago when I was dealing with Stacks. You came up to this very room and to this very radio station as a young man, you know, just hanging out with your big bro.
Right.
And you know, I was trying to work with Stacks in the community because, you know, I just, at that time you saw me, I just kind of like had this waking up moment where like I wanted to just do, I'm not from Liberty City, I'm not from the hood, I don't try to act like I'm from the hood, but I have this affection for rawness. So I would go, like I would do stuff like go into the prisons and go speak to, you know, some of the young youths and go to the juvie detention and speak to some of them. But I also will go into some of the hoods where are notorious and people are kind of like scared to go into and just feel comfortable. I don't know, just that's who I am, you know? And I ain't going looking for trouble, you know what I'm saying? And people who know who I am, so they kind of leave me alone or they respect it. They feel good about it, which exactly what happened. Stacks invited me to the Beans, and I came there and I fell in love. And that's when we broke out the bounce houses and played some music. And we literally on Mother's Day, and it's a moment I'll never forget it for the rest of my life, on Mother's Day where, like I told you, my family was off at the Ritz-Carlton over there, Key Biscayne, and I was in the Beans. You know what I'm saying? On Mother's Day. And I felt like that was the greatest form of service that I could do and sacrifice that I could do.
And we totally appreciate you for that, man.
To be with y'all for that, but not trying to make it about me. I'm just saying that to say that during that, that opportunity to be there and connect, a kid said something to me that really kind of changed my life and has me really propelled to continue to do works, in the community and the most hard hit communities, He said to me, like, see, we're not bad people. I swear, bro. Like,
I was just thinking that.
I was there when he
Lavonte, it changed my life, bro. I'm telling you, like, that simple thing what he said changed my life, and I knew exactly what he meant. Yeah. Like, damn, like nobody comes to our rescue. You know what I'm saying?
Not many people outside looking in understand that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got a chance to be in there and you see, like, man, just regular people.
Right. And just an unfortunate circumstance.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Even to the point where, and I'm not going to get into detail with that, even to the point where, like, I had to re-understand things, like, how they have, like, the gun buybacks and all of that. I do a lot of stuff in the community. I don't do that. You know why? Because I had to learn, like, it was Little Baby Soldier who actually I did an interview with, and he educated me on that. Like, it's sometimes in those situations, it's not that we just want to have guns to have it.
Right.
If I don't have it, somebody is going to wipe my family out. So I need to have it in a sense of protection, how I could protect my area or my community. And, it gets so much deeper than that. You understand what I'm saying? But, like, I could be on this radio station, like, put the guns down. Like, it's not that simple. It is not that simple as put the guns down.
You understand?
You go to Trizzy and say, Trizzy, don't have a gun. I could be setting him up for something to happen to him. You understand what I'm saying? But definitely. Now I have a better understanding of how a lot works, and I try to move in that space. So I don't do those things. I just give opportunities, and I just try to show, hey, there can be other ways to, and give people outlets there. You know what I mean? Fair. So with all that being said, you have supported me, and loyalty is very important to me, and you've been so loyal to me just by your simple support. And it's the little things for me. You know what I mean? Like, walking down the street with a big banner saying, "We love you, Papa Keith," doesn't really move me, but it's the little things like reposting and showing your support, the little things of consistency that really makes a difference to me, and you've really been that. And so I just wanted to be able to show you support, love on you and your team today as we drop your album today.
Appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to let people know how personal this is for me as well.
Right.
It's your special day, but, this is special for me too because I'm sharing in this moment just like Mr. Davis is sharing in this moment and Trizzy and everybody else is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we celebrate you today. We love you, brother.
I appreciate it.
And we want everybody to show their love by hitting that button on iTunes.
Go ahead and get
not
that,
just
man.
getting a single.
Right.
Because we ain't promoting a single today. We are promoting the
whole album, man. Things money can't buy.
We're promoting the whole body of work.
Right.
And that's what we on today because like a true artist, you know what I mean? We want to make sure your whole message and everything that you're trying to deliver on this album is received.
It's received, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm proud of you, brother.
I appreciate it.
That's real. That's real.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
I want to say one thing. It's this podcast that I went on just like a couple days ago, and it's called something to say podcast, and they spoke about mental health, and I want to say that they be they give us opportunity to talk about mental health maybe once a month. I believe it should be shared more.
Absolutely,
at least a yearly thing.
Absolutely.
And I want to shout something to say podcast.
And I'm so happy that you mentioned that because that is the Achilles heel for us as black men.
That's true.
And women too. You know what I'm saying? But that is our biggest issue.
Right.
You know what I mean? You want to talk about gun violence. You want to talk about parenting your kids. You want to talk about all these issues that we have in our communities. The one thing that connects all of them is mental health.
Mental health. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if we could understand that, and we can try to figure out ways how to encourage each other to either get counseling or to allow to have emotion and stuff like that, I think it's going to help us on our journey to be a better people collectively. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Listen, man. Listen, I'm going to let you go and celebrate your day.
I appreciate
Go out
it.
in Wynwood and hand out 1 million business cards.
Right. Gotta get on the ground. Back to the ground.
You know, and I want to big up your crew for supporting you. Please shout them out.
Trizzy Trey, you got Donnell Hester. Trizzy Trey in the building, Lavonte Davis, and on streets.
Yes, absolutely, man. And this is the family. You know what I
family.
mean? The 7. All right? Let them know one more time the name of the album and how they could cop that and how they could follow
You can get Things Money Came By. It's on all platforms, on Apple, Tidal, SoundCloud, Audio Mac. And you can follow me on Instagram. It's TheeSinaRTAR. Sinatra.
Lavonte, let people know how they can connect with you as well.
Most definitely, man. Mine's simple. Lavonte Davis. That's it. Look it up. Follow me, man. You know, get a little insight on my life, what I do. You know, right now I'm in the workout mode, getting ready for the season.
That's right.
It is what it is, man. Family, man. You know, just supporting my guys day in, day out.
Appreciate you so much. And please, when you're doing anything in the city, please connect with me. I would love to support it. I'd love to help you. I'd like to get the word out. You know what I mean?
Definitely appreciate it.
All right. For real.